Hi everyone! Today I'm going to share my tips on how to pass the theory test for your driver license in Norway. Almost half of the people fail this test on the first try. I passed it without mistakes and I prepared for it just in 10 days. Today I want to tell you how I did it. My name is Masha Marquez, I am mom of 4 and I lived in Norway for 10 years. On this channel I share my experience and tips on different topics, from taxes, Norwegian laws, education to parenting, relationship and self-productivity. First, let's talk about what you should not do. Before in time, people used to study for a theory test with the book called Veien til førerkortet. It's a complete guide with theory you should know, but it's not a way to study in 2025. Maybe some will argue with me, but I think that after you finish studying this book, you will still fail a lot of questions. Personally, I've seen some questions that was not covered in the book. You will don't know what to concentrate on. In the end, it's also very difficult to memorize the whole book, so I would advise you to use another strategy for your studying. So what should you do instead? I recommend using the software or the webpage called teoritentamen.no. It's a nice piece of software and it's available on English and Norwegian languages, and it's a better way to study. I know it sounds like an ad, but unfortunately nobody wants to pay me for my glorious advices, so it's just something that worked really good for me, and I will tell you how to use it to get the maximum out of this program. Here's how to get started. First, decide how much time you are ready to invest in your studying. When I was preparing, I set myself a 10 days frame and I booked my theory test 10 days ahead. Maybe it's advice not for everyone, but for me, deadlines keep me really serious about studying. Second step is to buy access to this program based on your timeline. So you decide how much time you're ready to spend, and there we will come to the price page and you can see that you can choose the one that fits your schedule the most. For example, you can get 30 days of access for 4.99, 7 days of access for 229 crowns, or 24 hours for 95 kroner. It's worth the money compared to just buying a theory book that priced around 400 kroner. I chose to pay 7 days access and get the maximum out of it. Now let's talk about how to study effectively. As I said, I set myself 10 days frame and I booked my test 10 days ahead. I did 4 to 5 tests in this app every day. Afterwards, I reviewed the questions I got wrong. The app explains each wrong question and you can straight read theory on the sections you are not very good at. Also, there is a statistics page that keeps your progress. This was super helpful for me because it showed me exactly areas where I needed to improve. On top of all the theory that you can learn there, that they offer, like the book is, you can also see that they have a lot of videos. They also have games and tests to help you learn. I guess it will be very good for people who's audio. You can listen audio, and it's just different formats that is delivered to help you learn, because for some people maybe it's not the most effective way to just read. For me, for example, I don't remember stuff as good as if I listen to it. As I said, I have this statistic page that shows what category you need to improve on. For me, it was the mechanics of the car, mostly because I chose to pass the test in Norwegian. It was a lot of new terminology to learn about the car itself that I didn't know before. And on top of that, it was in Norwegian language, which is not my mother tongue, so it was like a double confusion for me, and I spent quite a long time to just get around all this terminology. I hope this video is useful for you so far, and I just wanted to tell that if you subscribe on my channel, it will mean a lot for me. When booking your spot for the theory test, remember that you can book your slot in any traffic station in Norway. Especially this tip is helpful for people in busy cities like Oslo, where I was living. There, all the available slots can be booked out for months in advance. If you want to set yourself a frame like I did, it was looking into the traffic stations close by. For example, I booked my slot in Lillestrøm traffic station. Who lives in Oslo knows that it's just a 15 minutes ride with train from central station, so it's very convenient. On the day of your test, bring ID with you and maybe fix yourself up because they will take a picture of you, and this is the picture that will be on your driving license when you get it afterwards. Also, you will pay a fee for the theory test, which is about 700 crowns, and a little registration fee. For some categories, there is a few languages available that you can pass your test in. At least I know there is Norwegian, Sami, English, Arabic, Sorani, and Turkish, and you can also request another language beforehand. The theory test for category B lasts 90 minutes, and you can request extra 15 minutes if you need it. For some categories, there's gonna be calculator, pen, and paper available. When you do your test, you will see remaining time on the screen as you go. You can navigate back and forth between the questions. So if you're not sure in something, just jump on the next one and come back to what you was not sure about later. For category B, there is 45 questions and you need to answer 38 of them right. So it's 7 mistakes that is allowed. For another test, you can find more information about how many questions and how many mistakes can you make on Statens Vegvesen page. To sum this up, be clear about your studying time frame to minimize your spendings. Don't waste time on the book if you have limited time, and also do as many tests in the app as you can. The more tests you do, the easier it will be on the real test, I promise you. Personally, I think that the questions in the app was harder than the questions on the real test, but again, maybe I got lucky with the questions. Please share your experience in the comment section below about how you prepared for the theory test, or maybe how the test itself went. Let's help each other as much as possible. Good luck with your theory test, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.